here we go. Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Roberto. All right. How is everybody this evening?
Doing all right. Happy to be here.
Well, very nice. Thumbs up from Steve. That's great. The streams are streaming right now. Links are in the chat. I think we all know how that works. We have a totally respectable slideshow tonight. We have 24 photos. If you're downloading the images and you downloaded them earlier today, we did have some late submittals, which were uploaded, around 3:30, 4 o'clock or so. So if you downloaded the photos before then, you'll probably want to download them again, and that link is in the chat. Before we start the slideshow, I want to give us a chance to talk about the 2026 special subjects, and I would like your feedback. Let me share my screen here. Let me find my screen. All right, if you're following along, I think you will see the current results of our special subject poll. We are looking for 10 special subjects for 2026. We don't need one for January. We have our double open in January, and that's actually tonight. And I won't be having a special subject in August because a lot of us are gone that time of year. That's generally our quietest meeting of the year. So we'll just have an open in August. That said, we need 10 selections. What I'm going to propose is that we take the top, maybe the top 13 or 15 from this group, depending on if there are any new subjects to contribute to this poll, and then do a round two. And we would do a round two, not during the meeting. I'll send out an email, and then after everyone's had a chance to participate in the poll, I would post the results to the website and, of course, announce the results. Does anyone have any thoughts about that approach?
Yeah, I would rather just take the top 10 from the voting that we just did. It seems quite reasonable, and I don't expect anything will change unless we do add more elements, but I would say it's too late for that.
I'm not sure I submitted my. Yeah.
Oh, Steve,
Okay,
you're
okay.
breaking up a little
started filling
bit.
out the form.
Try that again,
I
Steve.
started filling out the form, but I don't know if I submitted it or not.
Steve, can you say that again?
Anyway, yeah, I'd like another chance. Maybe I'll switch to a better mic.
Yeah, I think it looks like you're breaking up. Maybe maybe you have some connectivity issues. You can always type in the chat too.
If I get closer, say that again.
You can also type in the chat if we can't resolve this. looks like we're getting maybe one frame every 3 or 4 seconds out of you. I think there might be a connectivity issue on your end. While Steve sorts out this technical issue, does anyone else have any thoughts about our special subjects, our special subject challenge for 2026?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Is this any better?
Yes.
It's still. I just was wondering if I could have a little more time. I don't think I finished filling out my ballot.
That's fine. Yeah. You don't have to complete this by the end of this meeting. If you could finish it by, say, end of day tomorrow, that would be fine. So it sounds like we're satisfied with these selections, more or less. We don't have any to add. I'll wait a little bit of time before I announce and post the special subjects so that Steve and anyone else who hasn't had a chance to participate can make their selections. But if that's the case, I think we're good to go.
Just one question.
Yeah.
I am watching the list for voting, and many of the pictures have two columns, two rows. I don't know if it's matter where do we vote.
Let's see. Let me look at.
Like duplicated the number.
Oh, really?
Yes, like
Let's take a look
two
at
ones, two twos, two threes, all the way up to almost all, only 21, 22, 23, and 24 are only ones. I don't know if it's only me.
Does your poll look different than what's on the screen now?
Yes.
Oh, and so are you referring to these numbers in the
No, let me see if I can. Let me refresh the poll.
Yeah. The list will be randomized. It's randomized for everyone so that we don't accidentally make a selection by not selecting one, if that makes sense.
No, I don't know why, but I still see two rows for each picture until 21, then 22, 23, and 24 only once, but I don't know if it matters.
Is it a size thing? No. I'm not sure. Do you want to share your screen and show us real quick? Is that something you can do? can make you a
I saw
co-host.
the link that you have on your browser, and it's different from the one that I click from the chat. I don't know if it matters.
So the one for the chat is for tonight's slideshow. And the one that
Yes.
I have on the screen is for the special subjects for 2026, and it's a separate poll. So let me put
Okay.
this link in the chat, and that probably explains what's going on. Let's
Yeah,
see if I can
just
make this work.
it's different from other nights.
It is different. This is a ranked choice poll. So you don't select your choices, you drag them in the order that you prefer. So your preferred items would be on the top of the list, and your least preferred items would be on the bottom.
Okay, let me check. Yes, the special subject challenge pool, it's fine by me, but the tonight voting process for the pictures is different. I don't know why.
Let me take a
But well,
look.
we don't have to worry about that.
Okay. So
There it
you're
is.
seeing, sounds like what you're seeing, this is tonight's poll, and what you see is
Yes,
different than this?
yes, two number ones, two number twos, two number
Oh,
threes,
I
two
do
number four.
see it. You're right. Thank you for pointing that out. I will fix that. I didn't notice that. I get it. Thanks, Roberto.
Yeah, just in
Understood.
case.
Understood. Okay. I'll fix that before we start voting. All right. I think that's clear. The only other news that I had, and then I'll stop talking and we'll get on to the slideshow. Just real quick, I've updated, based on our discussion at our last meeting, our file format instructions. Everything is the same for now, except there's really no size limit. Please keep your images under 5 megabytes each. But if you stay within these dimension restraints, it won't be a problem, and you can save your side-by-side JPEGs at 100%. So don't worry about trying to fit them into a 1 megabyte or a 2 megabyte file, but we will retain for now the HD resolution format, meaning a maximum of 1080 pixels high or 3840 pixels wide. That is unchanged. And that's all the business that I had. Let's jump into the slideshow, unless anyone has any announcements, anything they'd like to share. Let's see if I can share the right screen here. Okay, that seems to be working. There we go. Okay. And we will start off with a photo by Roberto. The title is The Last Blockbuster.
Yes, well, this is a really old picture. Well, 2022. This was after the pandemic, and then we were allowed to travel to the U.S. And this is in Bend, in Oregon, and there's the last blockbuster open. I believe it's in the world. I haven't confirmed that, but it is an interesting place to visit. Like it's you travel all the way back to the 1990s, so it was fun. We were on a trip to Death Valley that time, and we crossed Bend, and we decided to have a stop there. It's a really fun place to be, and I believe it used to be also an Airbnb. You were allowed to stay there a night, spend the night, and watch any picture that you desire in your stay. It's a really interesting place to be back in my, I don't know, when I was a teenager.
Brings back a lot for me.
Yeah, Tor, you worked at a video rental store, didn't you?
Worked at Video City and then later at Palmer's in Berkeley. Yeah.
Roberto, did they have any 3D movies available for rent?
Yes, but there are a few. Like I believe they have some Blu-rays, 3D Blu-rays, and but they are the least available. All other are common DVDs, and some VHS. It was curious, and many people from Ben, I saw them and renting DVDs like a regular place. It was fun to be there.
Right.
Actually, I got my credential from there. Here it is. Here it is.
There it is. Still have your membership card.
Yes. No, this is from there.
From there, right. Well, when you go
Yes,
back to
yeah.
Bend, they'll be ready for you.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you, Roberto.
Thank you.
Steve, we have one by you next. Welcome back. The title of this one is El Cerrito Creek.
My neighborhood, just taking a walk, and this is the Cha-Cha. There's a creek, and it's like a waterfall when we get rain, and of course, we had a lot of rain recently. Um, I think this sort of qualifies as, much more interesting in 3D than 2D. It doesn't look like much in 2D.
Yeah, definitely. It also counts as abstract. It's very nice. I like it a lot, especially the image quality. The leaves look so nice and fresh and rich, and it's a really nice find.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is just an neighborhood. I discovered a new little path. Somebody had created a path so I can walk now to a different waterfall. These are really small, little, you know, 12-inch waterfalls, but still it's very calming.
Well,
Yeah, that comes across. I kind of want to go down there.
This is with my Samsung Cha-Cha.
very nice. I love the reflection too. It's great. We live in a place where we can discover new places like this. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah. Thank you.
Our next photo is by Melinda, and it is of Jay.
Yeah, so this was at our holiday get together, and it was wonderful seeing everybody in person again. And I took a bunch of shots. But this was definitely my favorite. Just another nice portrait and very unique. Had a bit of trouble with the backlighting being so harsh, but I managed to get that under control.
3D glasses?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was wearing all kinds of different glasses and devices and stuff that evening.
Yeah, he spent quite a bit of that time with his VR glasses on.
And I probably took a lot more pictures of that than without. But it was they didn't really come across that interesting. I mean, he's stumbling around in his own world. I don't know. It seems like it would have been more interesting or something, but it maybe it's just that you can actually see his more of his face and expression. It's certainly
Yeah, between the breathing apparatus and the VR, you couldn't really see his face at all when he had the VR set on.
yeah.
So it makes it a lot less interesting.
Yeah, I guess I was after a portrait, and those other ones didn't. They were funny, but they didn't work as portraits. But this worked really well.
It would be fun to work out a method of shooting somebody operating a VR and have like a half tone of the virtual environment in the frame as well.
That's a great idea. Why don't you do it?
Yes, I have to figure it out.
Double exposure, I guess.
But you'd need like you'd need somebody else in the virtual space to know what the angle would be.
Oh, you want to see the scene.
See what they're interacting with. as well as the
Oh,
real world. Yeah.
I seem to think that I've seen pictures like that, but like maybe for advertising or something.
Yeah.
But
I bet
I've
yeah, that's
seen
a
it
good
in,
idea.
I've seen it in movies.
Yeah.
I bet Jay could provide some technical advice to make that happen.
Let's do it.
And again, thank you everyone for coming to the holiday party. I had a great time. I really appreciate the turnout. And yeah,
Yes.
we'll
That's
do it again
terrific.
next year. Thanks, Melinda.
Thank you.
Our next photo is by Lee. And I have a note along with the title. This is On Its Last Leg. And this was taken at the Grand Canyon South Rim. Lee, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
No, it's a fairly straight shot. It was close to where that tower is on the south side. You know, there's a round tower that someone built years ago, and it's close to that area, or it was. I suspect it's gone now.
And tell us how you made this photo. Was this shot on film? And was this shot with synchronized cameras?
Uh, this would have been film as well. It would have been film, but it could have been two cameras are synced together. You know, chopped up and put together cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be a missing element in the right eye, a mesa in the just above the horizon.
It all looks there to me, but there is kind of a
Directly below the cloud, there's like this little sliver of something that might be a protuberance above the horizon, and it's not visible in the right eye.
I think it's just fainter in the right eye.
Maybe.
Maybe some atmospheric haze or something was picked up slightly differently.
It could be an error by me because after you mess with these images umpteen times, different things prop up.
Did you have to give special consideration to the clouds?
the clouds
No,
do look a
no,
little funny, but all of the ground looks right if you zoom in.
Yeah.
no, it was a straight shot. I did no delay for clouds or anything like that.
It might be an aliasing issue on my TV. That might be what I'm seeing.
Well, it's a lovely shot. Thanks for sharing it, Lee.
Well, thanks.
And great depth. You know, those trees, they create the layers that really support that illusion of depth.
Mhm.
And Jay in the comments mentioned that yes, there are ways to show a person in the VR world they are interacting with. It can be done with Quest. It could be done with Tilt 5. So yes, it's certainly possible. That would be a fun project. Thank you, Lee, and thank you, Jay. Our next photo is by me. The title is Corner Detail, and that's what it is. It's an architectural detail of the Oakland Convention Center, which I walk by all the time. And on this particular day, I happened to notice this little corner, and I thought it would make a nice stereo composition. And I'm quite certain I took this with my Beam Pro.
Yeah, I like the composition. I just kind of wish the wall was cleaner.
I agree. This was the cleanest corner I could find.
I want a pigeon or a rat or something on the ground surface there.
I'm not gonna do it, but I think it's a great idea. It would
So
definitely
I was just
be appropriate.
I was just rewatching Ratatouille last night, so maybe that's on my mind.
Okay. This one also works pretty well in pseudo. It's really just another abstract. I'm not going to switch it because I'll forget and it'll be a big mess. But that's what it is. And I see Jay has posted a link, a YouTube link in the chat regarding, I'm presuming, how to reveal the VR world that a person is experiencing. Let's
Cool.
move on. Hello, Ed. We have your submittal for tonight.
Hello.
Hello. The title is Dandelion Head.
Oh,
Yeah, this is it's from a backyard. It was, the dandelions when the leaves or the seeds blow off of it, and just this little like button left there. I just curious what it would look like, so I took a look. It's kind of scary, scary. They look like little eyeballs staring up at you, but I think
I think we're pseudo here.
yeah, I think it's pseudo. Yeah.
Well, let's see what I can do.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I've swapped that.
Yeah, the only I took there were two lights, like a main light and a fill light, and I put a blue glass filter on the main, so it gives it a little bit of a blue tinge to it. I just thought I tried it both ways. I just thought it looked better with the blue, but it looks like
dandelions crouch down real low when you mow your grass, and then as soon as you're through mowing, they pop their heads back up.
It sounds like a lesson you've learned from experience, Lee.
Yes.
They're survivors.
Yeah.
I think that blue filter does help, differentiates the two light sources.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I think the blue I like the blue filter. It does differentiate the light sources.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little bit boring with just the blue, with just the natural green, and it just gives it a little bit. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks kind of like Unreal anyway. It looks kind of like a space alien or the blob or something coming at you with the eyeballs. But so
It does look like a monster.
when you first put it up, I mean, it was you switched left and right, and I actually thought it worked the way it first was. What was the problem with it that you switched it? You said it was a pseudo.
yeah.
Did anybody else have that reaction?
But that it looked fine in pseudo.
It looked fine the way it was first. Yeah, I will say that pseudo.
Yeah, well, this is the correct orientation. You can tell from the indentations around each of the little nodules.
Yeah, the little eyeballs are inside of a like a depression or a socket.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. All right.
Are all those little eyeballs seeds?
I believe those are where the dandelion seeds. They're a little tiny little stalk, and at the tip of the stalk there's this like starburst of fibers, and these little eyeballs are where the stalks came out of.
Oh, okay.
Like follicles.
Follicles, yeah, something like that.
I had quickly swapped it back and forth, the left and the right, just so that we could see again how it looked. it's not
So-
always
so this,
obvious with a macro, which is pseudo and which is correct.
yeah, but this is the natural way.
This is the right way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, they definitely feel different, but I think that for macros, having it the realistic way seems to help because it's so easy to just not understand what you're looking at.
yeah,
Um, and also, sometimes things look pretty scary as well. But this one looks nice and furry and approachable. Although you're right, it's the eyeballs are a little disturbing for anybody with tryptophobia.
An approachable monster. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying watching your micro stereo technique evolve. Thanks for sharing this one.
yeah. Thank you. You know, this cause was very helpful. You know, listening to everybody's and you know following all the links and stuff. It's like, you know, I started trying this a year ago. I didn't even know this was a thing that people actually did as a hobby. I have some old stereo photos from Jerusalem in the 1800s that I got from my grandparents, and so I knew it was a thing that could be done, you know, and I was just trying to take pictures and paste them together. I actually took some magnifying glasses and taped them to a popsicle stick to hold in front of my eyes to make a viewer. That's how I started like a year ago. So this club has been quite educational for me.
Well, that's great. That's the whole point. So you're doing it right. And yeah, it sounds like you started on the ground floor, engineering your own viewers and working out the problems. That's great. Yeah, and of course, once you have Stereo Photo Maker in your toolbox, then
Yeah.
you know you can really just take it from there. Well, that's great, Ed. Yeah, keep them coming. We
Okay. Thank you.
love seeing them.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Ed. Jay, we've got one by you. Jay, I forgot. I think you probably received my email. I did get your submissions, obviously. And here's one. Please let me know if this is still in pseudo or not. Encounter is the title.
Pseudo.
It is pseudo?
Yeah, we were flopped from the dandelion.
We are flopped. Okay, no problem. Okay. That will swap into the correct order momentarily.
Another one from the Dickens Fair. I think the guy is the owner of the shop. And I don't think you're showing the whole thing.
Oh, it's possible. Let me
Yeah.
There we go. You're right. You're right. Thank you, Jay. Let me
Okay.
bear with me for a second. Let me fix this.
When in doubt, just hit the F button for a full screen.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
As far as I can tell, we have the full image on the YouTube feed.
And that's what I was looking at, so I missed that. It was getting cropped.
So, yeah, another Dickinson Fair. And Lume Pad. Pretty sure it's the third-party camera app. And another case where the shop had a nice mirror.
Yeah, that mirror is like a portal a three-dimensional portal.
What is on the fellow's shoulder that looks like a roll of toilet paper?
It's a high collar on his coat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the style.
I don't have one of those.
Jay, you've got a great interaction between
Yeah.
those two individuals also.
Yeah. As said, you could like spend all day just looking for these moments.
Yeah, I'll have to remember that for next year. Well, very successful. Well seen. Thank you, Jay. And Roberto, this one confused me at first. Urban Window is the title.
Yes. Well, this was I took this 4 years ago here in Mexico City, one of our main avenues here in the city, and this was with my W3. I edited with Affinity. As you can remember, W3 have very wash color, so I have to pump a little bit the saturation, and also I believe with this one the contrast with black and white and color, it could work like making the window pump it a little bit.
Yeah, it works very well.
Yes, this was like a little billboard for advertisement, but it was broken, so I was allowed to take through it.
Yeah, it's a very creative solution.
Yes, this was like years ago. And well, with my W3, I was able to take it everywhere, so it was easier. Now with the RXO, it's a little bit more difficult. Actually, I have a question for those who use the Xbeam. The format of the files with the Xbeam, it's MPO or JPS?
JPEG.
JPEG, not JPS?
No.
Okay, perfect. It's like side by side like this one.
Yeah,
Normal.
it's just a
Left, right.
Perfect.
side-by-side JPEG. Yeah, it's there's really no effort to get the image off the camera and then to load it into Stereo Photo Maker or whatever image editor or viewer you're using.
Amazing. I'm thinking about getting one.
Well,
I think if you need a JPS for whatever reason, you can just edit the extension, just change JPEG to JPS. You got one.
No, actually, I need it like this one, like JPEG, regular JPEG. But and with my W3 and my
It's an MPO coming out of the W3.
Yep. So it's a little bit more difficult to work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think MPO is technically a legacy format now. It's still supported, but I don't think there's going to be any development, and you can't really expect new applications to open it up.
The last version of Photoshop I had was able to open up MPOs as stacked layers.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about the W3. It fits in a pocket. It's always there.
And also with a flash that sometimes it's required.
Yeah.
So Walmart has the Beam Pro for $100.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
And,
nice. Where?
and there's a link in the chat. Thank you, Jay.
Okay. Perfect.
It was on Foho 3D
get it.
mailing list.
Amazing. Walmart. Okay.
Well, thanks, Roberto. This one was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Let's move on to a photographer who I know recently got a Beam Pro, but I'm not sure if this photo was made with it. This is Melinda's 120K magnets.
And yes, this is indeed the Beam Pro.
Right.
Getting feedback from somebody, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Let's see.
Don't know who that is. But anyway, yeah, I just getting ready for a new batch of puzzles for sale, and bought about 120,000 magnets. Price went way up with all the tariffs and things, but got it anyway. And then doing the inspection and measuring and stuff, I had them all out together and thought it looked rather photogenic, so I put them into one big block and took a picture with with one of the puzzles next to it for scale.
Those are some tiny magnets.
Yeah, they're 2 millimeters by 4 millimeters.
This is how they're shipped, right? You didn't stack them up this way for the photo.
I did stack them up. They were in something like these square blocks that you see here, but they also get a little messed up in packaging, so in shipment. So when I get them, I take them all out and put them into equal sized stacks like this that are easy for counting and dividing. This weighs about 50 pounds.
Wow. Did you get any trouble with the shipping? Because I believe magnets are a little bit difficult to ship because this interference or something like that that could mess with some other packages.
I've never had trouble with the risks of shipping magnets, although they certainly have been tested on the shipping end to get approval. And originally it looked like there was a problem. They weren't going to be able to ship them by air due to some kind of risk or worry like that. But in the end, they got shipped by air just fine. And previous shipments used to come with bits of sheet metal on all 6 sides to sort of spread out the magnetic effect, I guess. But I think they're mostly worried about like these individual giant magnets that are really dangerous, and the strength can be felt quite a distance away. But the way that these stacks of magnets are shipped, they're like one stack of magnets will be, the north's going up and then north going down, and then north going up. So they sort of zigzag up and down. So there's only a very slight residual magnetic effect around the sides of this block, and it's only the tops and bottoms that you would need to worry about at all. But again, it's half north magnets and half south magnets facing up and down. So more than like, I don't know, 2 centimeters away, there's basically no magnetic effect at all. So this much magnetic material would be a big problem if it was a single magnet, but the sort of zigzag way that they can be put into these blocks pretty much cancels all that out. So it's actually quite safe.
Okay, nice to know. Thank you.
Sure.
And Melinda, is this the second manufacturing run of your puzzle?
No, this is the 7th.
7th. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, thanks. I've ordered the next shipment of parts too, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
And clearly, the magnetic field didn't affect your Beam Pro, so still got the shot.
Yeah, no, it's not dangerous. The the only real danger is picking them up wrong and then having all these rows of magnets slide off your hand, and then they make a big mess, and it takes quite a while to put them all back together.
I can imagine. Thank you, Melinda.
Mhm.
Steve, we have one by you coming up next. Fort Mason Gull is the title.
Yeah, that's probably self-explanatory. It's maybe a little close for a W3. Um, the one I probably did a little cropping, and because of the arrangement of the windows, which are very regimented, it's a red door window, but you can see in the back it's not like that because of the shift matched perfectly. It looked like one of the windows was attached to his beak. So I just painted it out, if that makes any sense.
I got it.
That makes sense. It's a good solution.
All
Smart
right,
move.
thanks. So yeah, Fort Mason, pretty cool place. I mean, I'd been there before, but I didn't really spend any time there. I had a film playing there, and was just waiting around for the show to start.
Was this an animation festival or something?
It was just a general San Francisco-based film festival, and so far, I think it's the only place where my newest film was accepted.
Ah,
But that's not a surprise. It's not my best work.
okay.
I enjoy watching it, but I realize it's not a earth-shattering piece of art.
Well, we don't need to critique that now, but I do like this photo. This gull looks great. On my Lume pad, you have the feet right at the window, but the rest of the body is through the window. It's got a nice through the window
Yeah, well,
effect
of
on
course,
the
I
Lume pad.
used a stereo photo maker to position that because I could see that, yeah, he would extend, especially his beak. I mean, I have a whole bunch of them. This is the one that had the best pose for 3D.
And
He
nice,
was very accommodating. He didn't, he wasn't spooked. He just stood there and I just took pictures.
waiting for a handout.
Probably.
Really nice exposure for the W3. Great texture on the white feathers on the body. You've got a nice sky, well exposed, no no real highlights, no burnouts.
Yeah, I typically go into Affinity and bring down the highlights. But yeah, the original image was pretty close to this.
Yeah, just a
Cool.
bit extreme for me, but if I make the window smaller, it's
Yeah,
tolerable.
yeah. If I had the Beam Pro, this would be a good subject for that.
Or the hydrogen one, really.
Oh, I think that's the one I was thinking of.
Yep.
Hydrogen one, but they both have a narrower base, right?
Yeah, the Beam Pro is probably more forgiving because of the wide angle lenses. So as long as it's not really extreme, the lenses will sort of make up for some of that.
Well, Steve, maybe there's a Beam Pro in your future too, but until then, keep shooting with the W3. It's the workhorse,
It's easy to carry around.
indeed, as Roberto demonstrated. Lee, we have one coming up by you next. I did mute you, so looks like you've unmuted yourself. Great. And I have a note. The title is Pool in the Wave, and this is The Wave on the Arizona-Utah line.
Okay, first of all, are you fellows familiar with the wave?
Oh,
I am not.
Some of you are not. It's a very famous place created by wind blowing, not by water, although water stands in it at a certain time of year. Sandstone, it's on partially Indian controlled land, partially national park land. Officially, only a few people can get in to see it per day on a lottery system. Very, very beautiful place. It's right on the Arizona Utah line. So I'm standing in Arizona, but the distant mountains are probably Utah.
Now, is this the same place that has those crazy canyons that are carved in the same kind of material?
Yes, there are some crazy canyons there. There's also a rock called the Hamburger Rock that from one side looks like a great big hamburger.
I hope you got a photo of that. I want to see it.
I don't have it here now to show, but look up the wave and read about it.
it's extraordinary.
It looks like a computer render, those layers in the rock. It's astonishing. Lee, is
No,
there
that's
usually
natural.
standing water here?
I would say most of the time, no. However, if you climb back behind this image up to 100, 200 feet, there are some pools that hold water most of the time.
Oh, I found the hamburger. Um, there's kind of a wigglegram here I put in the chat. It looks more like a hamburger in 2D, but in 3D, the illusion kind of breaks down.
I will try to find the hamburger for the next time we meet.
Please do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in the chat. There's a
Oh, you have one there.
yeah. There's a link to a wigglegram with the hamburger.
The bottom one.
The
Yeah,
last
the one,
entry.
the Facebook link.
Yeah.
If you guide your mouse over the image, you'll get a 3D effect. This must be a 3D scan.
Yes, that is the hamburger.
We'd still like to see your version, Lee, if you want to share it next month.
Okay, in 3D.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Lee. Next is one of mine. The title of the image is the title of the sculpture. It's by Max Ernst, and the title is in French. I can't pronounce it correctly. It's Sphinx et Serene, and I don't have the translation for that either, which I probably should have come prepared with, but I do have some notes to share. And they are. Max Ernst was a pioneer of the Surrealist and Dada movements. The sculpture was executed between 1938 and 1939. It was cast in the 90s. A collection of these castings is on display right now at the Transamerica Pyramid, Redwood Park in downtown San Francisco, which is where I captured this photo. And I'll put a link in the chat. If you're in the neighborhood, I encourage you to drop by and check it out with or without your stereo camera. They cycle the art on display in this little public space maybe once or twice a year, so it's definitely worth making it a destination if you're ever in town. And it's always hard to shoot someone else's art, so I shot through this, and I thought the couple that was discussing it made a good middle ground subject.
Very nice.
Yeah, check it out if you're in the neighborhood. Our next photo is by Jay.
It's the same fair. He had a full letterpress, printing press, a few assistants in the background. So I spent a good 15 minutes just taking different shots. Again, Lume Pad. I think this was like a 15th of a second, was pretty open.
Is this a handheld shot? Did you rest the Lume Pad on something?
Just handheld.
Yeah, very steady.
Oh, yeah. That's good for a 15th of a second.
Might have had my elbows on that table.
And this was a real press? This isn't a prop or a...
Correct. Yeah.
It looks like he was actually... they're actually printing on it.
Yep, actually, I think those were like shopping bags.
I see that.
It's nice. It looks like you've captured kind of a whole process here with the three individuals each doing their part.
Yeah, I took some movies of it too. When I get on YouTube, I'll send the link out.
All right.
Good lighting too.
Yeah, that's all the shop.
And Jay, you think you use the third-party camera app?
I think so.
Yeah. Just to follow up on what Melinda said, great exposure, great light. Very nice. Thank you, Jay.
Yep.
One from Roberto is coming up next. Geometric Window is the title.
Yes, well, also this one was taken with my W3. This was one exhibition here in Mexico City in a museum sponsored by Jumex, a juice brand. And this was a really interesting exhibition. Many stuff like getting geometric and 3D. So this window give a clean texture with this depth of this feeling of depth, and I really like this one. Also, I have to pump the colors because the W3 is not that good, but I really like this one. The texture, I really like it, and as the title say, it's a geometric composition with these elements, squares and circles.
Very nice. You got really clean color values for W3 there.
As I told you, this was a little bit edited because the W3 is a little bit washed with the colors, so it's a little bit. This is like the real thing that if you see it if you saw it in real life, this was like that. But I have to pump it with the when I edit it.
I like it a lot.
Was there a skylight or a large window in this space that looks like natural light?
Nope. No, this was artificial light. Actually, this is the basement of the museum.
Oh, wow. I think your white balance seems very accurate.
Well, I have to manipulate also that when I edit it.
You got lucky with the plaid skirt. It's a nice break in the pattern.
Yes.
But it's also a grid too, so
Yeah,
it kind of complements it.
yeah.
Yeah, nice contrast of the circles and the squares. Thanks, Roberto.
Thank you.
That one's a lot of fun. Steve, tell us about Thai Temple.
This is in Los Angeles. It's really mostly went there just as a place to get Thai food. There's a bunch of Thai booths, but it's right next to this temple. So, I took my W3 over there. No, actually, I did take the W3, but this is a cha-cha. This is a cha-cha with my Samsung. And so there's a little stream over there. I think you can see a little bit of that.
There's a nice reflection in it.
Yeah, there's a reflection in the stream. I don't think there's enough, ripple in the water to be a problem with the cha-cha, but maybe. I had to really straighten this out, because it was tilted, but I wasn't able to do it all in a stereo photo maker, so I fixed some of it with Affinity. And then a good portion of the dark tree on one of the eyes is recreated. Actually, no, both of the eyes is because I had to tilt it so much. So I don't know. Probably shouldn't mention it because now you'll see some little flaws in there.
Yeah.
Well, the lower right corner is wonky,
Yeah, I see it.
but everything else looks fine to me.
Yeah, I could fix that if I had noticed it, but
Well, I don't know what the that structure, that object is in the foreground, but it's really well placed, coming through the window a bit. But at the base, it's at the window, very comfortable.
yeah, so this is a similar thing to the gull. It's just using Stereo Photo Maker to tell me, what's at the window with the anaglyph, lining up the anaglyph images so that you can have some pop out. And I think that's just a little paper flower / torch for decoration.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a lotus flower.
Yeah, they claim this is the largest Thai festival. They call it a festival in the country. I don't know if that's true, but that's how they advertise it.
I'm not going to dispute it. Uh, very vivid greens and yellows, which can be tough to reproduce. Did you enhance those? Did you bump up the saturation, or is that what the phone gave you?
Yeah, this is I think so. I mean, similar to Roberto, although this is the Samsung, so it's not. It's it's generally pretty sharp, and the colors are pretty close. But what I normally do is bring down the black, make the blacks a little darker, just because I like the way that looks, and that tends to make the saturation look a little better. And sometimes I'll just add a few percent to the saturation, pretending like I'm shooting in Technicolor.
Well, you do have nice contrast too. Yeah. Well, very nice. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
This is Fascinated Gum Plant Flower by Melinda.
Fasciated.
Fasciated.
Yeah,
Fasciated
fasciation
gum
is
plant.
well, it is pretty fascinating. I've been kind of fascinated with the subject for a few years now. Um, it's it's a kind of a, I guess you can call it a mutation, although it's not a genetic mutation. It's usually caused more by like a virus or fungus, and some plants are more susceptible to it than others, but it's usually pretty rare. And I had never seen. Usually, it's flowers that are fasciated, and it's and I usually only seen them in photos. This was my first sighting of a fasciated flower in person, so I was kind of excited. So I made a couple of different photos and put them into a grid. Um, it's so yeah, it's I don't know how to describe the disease or the condition, but you can see the results. They're kind of creepy, but also kind of attractive. Um, and although I think you may have seen them in the supermarket, some of those crazy like heirloom tomatoes that have multiple lobes and look like they're weirdly connected, or um, strawberries. Sometimes you can find a giant strawberry that's like the size of your hand. It's all spread out into like a big wedge kind of a shape. And this is what it does to flowers. Stretches them out into a line like this. And then I looked up the flower to find out what it is. I didn't know anything about gum plants, but it's a native to Northern California, and this is in the Presidio, part of the tunnel tops area.
I love how you're telling a story with this grouping of photos. And what amazing light! Are you using a flash?
Only on the last one. So the last one, and these are, let's see, the upper left is with the is a is the only stereo shot I took. The others are cha-chas because the separation is only like a millimeter or two. And so with the Beam Pro, I was able to take flashes in 2D. So that's what I did to the one in the lower right, and I'm pretty happy how that came out because otherwise it would just be the flower itself would just be black against the sunset. And you can sort of see how it looks kind of wet or sparkly at the base of the flower, and I didn't feel any stickiness when I was touching it, but I guess that's why it's called a gum plant, because it's got this gummy sort of latex or something that it puts out.
Wow, it's a really wonderful exploration.
Yeah, and it apparently happens to like between 1 in 1,000 and 1 in 10,000 plants. So, and I think the species is probably more prone to it. So it's still, a 1 out of 1,000 find.
Is this the first flower you've spotted in the wild like this?
Yep. And I've seen lots of pictures. I mean, do the image searches on fasciation. It's the variety of stuff is just amazing. And it is kind of disturbing, but it's also kind of captivating too. And so yeah, I was very excited to find my own in the wild.
And in creating this this quadrant, did you use Photoshop to put this together, or something else?
Yeah, Photoshop. I just pasted the images in and moved them into place and kind of eyeballed it. They're not perfectly square or anything, but it's good enough.
Really nice. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for the story.
Sure, thank you.
Next is one by Lee. Sidecar Passenger is the title, and the only note that I have for it is, it's a brief one, but I didn't memorize it.
I think I said I don't know where I took it.
Location forgotten is my note. Tell us about this, Lee.
It was somewhere on a roadside stand. We stopped, and here's the dog in the sidecar. Looks like he's yawning. It's too big right now. Just a quick grab shot. And this is a recent one. This was not a film image. I did this in the last 2 or 3 years.
I like that both of them have funny faces.
They look like
French
two.
poodles are so jaded. He's in this cool sidecar. Look at it. He's having the any one of us would have the time of our life, and he's so bored.
It's amazing to see what people, how they put their pets, dogs and cats and other things, as they carry them or in their vehicles. Just amazing.
Only in America or Japan.
Oh, I know. I saw a woman in Germany who had a pet fox that she carried around.
Wow.
It was at an ISU meeting.
A tame fox. All right. Yeah, a lot of personality. Thank you, Lee. Here's one by me. This is North Salmon Beach. I exhibited, I think, 4 of these. Maybe it was last month. It was for a special. I think it was a Scapes special subject, and I submitted these as seascapes. And this is one from that series. I may show one or two more. I had a very successful day out there, but these can kind of blend together if you look at them in a big group. But I was very happy with this one. I think I captured it at just the right moment. The ones that I showed previously were from Carmet Beach. This is North Salmon Creek Beach, which is about a quarter mile south. Basically, just the next beach.
Yeah, it's nice. I like this a lot. I would have straightened the horizon, but that's the only change I would make.
I was thinking the same thing, and I'm not sure why I didn't do that. Maybe to preserve that spray, maybe too much was going to get cut off or something, but that's something I'll try. I think this is the kind of shot you can get with the Sony cameras. Their synchronization is good enough for really fast motion like this, and they can synchronize at very fast shutter speeds. This was probably like 1/10,000th of a second, something like that.
Right.
And they're waterproof, which helps a lot in these conditions.
Did you use a manual exposure or?
No, I
Or
use
program?
program mode. I only set the ISO, the exposure, and the white balance was set to auto. I adjust the white balance in Photoshop. Not a lot of color here anyway, and it was overcast day.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, the fast shutter speed is really kind of mesmerizing because it looks like the stuff toward the bottom almost looks like some kind of fungus or something stationary. It's a really weird effect.
Yeah, it's almost sculptural. It's like some kind of extruded plastic or something. I think that water in general takes on a very interesting element in 3D. We saw that with Steve's Thai Temple, just reflections. We saw that with Steve's El Cerrito Creek too. There's just 3D gives it a very unique quality.
There's a Portland filmmaker who, prior to The Matrix, used to use multiple cameras in a circle and his name is Jim Blashfield. He would do water splashes and then he would make a movie of it. He did a video using that for Boy in the Bubble. This is a Paul Simon song. And we're very used to seeing it in The Matrix because they really popularized it. But this was before that, and it was wonderful because he had these sculptural shapes and they look three-dimensional. It wasn't 3D, but you could take 2 frames out of it and make a 3D image.
He was probably animating them, right? Probably doing a
Yeah,
rotation
he
or a
was
wiggle or
taking the
something.
still pictures and then photographing them.
Yeah.
Portland's a real hotbed for animation. Leica's there, and there's an independent animator named Joanna Priestley who's well known. So it's pretty. We had Oscar-winning Joan Gratz is there.
They're pretty hot on stereo too. The Cascade Stereo Club is up there, and the former, well, I forget the name of the space they had, the museum, but Good for them.
Very progressive.
Yes, thanks, guys. Let's move on to one by Jay. Shelf is the title.
So this is at Half Moon Bay, the same place they took those face sculptures last week. So they've got like a huge showroom of these ceramics. And just thought this was like a classic for 3D.
Begging to be shot in 3D. Lume Pad 2 as well.
Yep, Lume Pad. No, just in-store lighting. I'll probably have a few other pictures from inside.
Yeah, be sure to submit them for next month. I wonder if this would have worked without the narrow stereo base of that Lume Pad, given how close you seem to be to the subject. I mean, I feel like we're right up against the edge of that shelf there, but for me on my Lume Pad, it's very comfortable to view.
Yeah. I did have room to step back. So if I was like shooting with the Fuji, could have still made it work.
Could have made it work. Well, I can't wait to see more. Thank you, Jay.
Welcome.
Roberto, from you we have Rain.
Yes, well, this was I took this at the same time with the other one, the geometric window with the circles and squares, and this was on the upper side of the museum. As you can see, you have a window on the right, and here there are so many like dots, like 3D dots. I don't know the material, but they were simulating a rain, and they have a gradient of color from blue to yellow, from left to right. It was
I have one suggestion that because on the far right
Yep.
you've got this bright area, if you just crop that out, it would probably be a little bit more comfortable to view.
Yes, because you don't have the same part in the other. Yes, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought
And I
this
guess
was... oh, go ahead, Belinda.
I was just going to point out that technically it's somebody else's art, but the thing that is kind of redeeming is that it's a good record of a piece that can't really be appreciated in 2D.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
works
think
much
that's
better in 3D.
a common observation. Matt had a picture of a sculpture. Of course, there were two people looking at it, but you do have to choose the angle and how you want to crop it, how you want to frame it, and it's like you said, it's documenting this, and it's documenting it in 3D, which I think you need to see it in 3D to have the full effect. But yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I've taken plenty of statues and architecture too.
Yeah, sometimes all you're really saying is, look at this amazing thing. And that can be useful too. But if you want to make a piece of art, then like you say, you got to find that that angle, that something extra to add to it.
Andy Warhol got pretty famous saying, "Look at this thing."
I wasn't
Yeah.
clear if this was like a CG or AI generated image. I couldn't believe that these individual elements could be like suspended or hung. I don't see any. Well, I guess at the top I can see some wires. Did you do any editing, Roberto? Did you erase any strings or anything like that?
Only white balance, a little bit color, as you remember, W3, it's color wash, so I add some saturation. Maybe turn it a little bit bluish because it was a little bit reddish. So, but that's all. I didn't edit anything from the picture. Maybe I should have crop the window, but I didn't edit the original format of the picture.
Well, very effective. Thank you, Roberto.
Thanks.
Melinda, coming up next is Japantown Nursery.
Yeah, so this was one of the first outings in which I took my camera, and I surprisingly couldn't find too much of interest in Japantown, at least not at night. But I liked this nursery in the mall. And as I was coming around a corner, this woman was picking up these big long poles. So I was glad I had the camera ready. I had to snap it right then.
Oh, that's great. You gave us some motion blur last week with one of your shots, and you're kind of continuing that with these poles that seem to be tipping over into our laps.
Yeah, she's charging forward. And I don't know what these poles are, but yeah, I did immediately see the chance for through the window kind of stuff. Wasn't going for motion blur or anything. This was the best that I could do.
This is your Beam Pro?
Yep.
Yeah, great.
Oh, I had to crop out a bunch of stuff that was way through the window on the top. So there's like an entire plant that's missing, and I'm pretty proud of the result. Because otherwise, I would have had to have like cropped off a lot of the top or something. It was unviewable.
Yeah, there's a lot of spontaneity in this shot. I think you did pretty well with what you had to work with.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I like the exposure and the colors, depth, and of course it's a very 3D subject in general. Everything is placed spatially all over the frame. Maybe I'll come back in the daytime. I think outdoors is probably a better subject in Japantown. I mean, there's a lot of human interest stuff too going on inside, but I didn't find much that really caught my eye.
I didn't find much action in Japantown when I was last there, maybe 7 or 8 months ago. but I saw that there's a lot of looks like renovation happening. Some looks like Peace Plaza is, or at least it was for me, kind of blocked off. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, it was blocked off completely.
I wonder if that'll give us some interesting subjects when that project is finally completed. Well, thank you, Melinda.
Mhm.
Steve, tell us about Tree Faces.
This is same location as last month. I had some pictures of this Halloween display series of displays, and just didn't have enough bandwidth for this one, so I saved it for this month. It's I think this is yet another cha-cha with my Samsung. And I don't know what else to say about it. I think I brought down the highlights because there are these lights shining right on this. This is, I think I mentioned this is in Los Angeles.
I'm sure the lights shining on these carvings were pretty bright too.
Yeah, they were bright. Yeah, and I just used there's a I can't it's a shadow highlight control in Affinity, similar to what's in the raw. I mean, Photoshop's probably changed a lot since the last time I used it. So, but
Well, we all still use Camera Raw, shadow highlights. It's all the same stuff.
yeah, they're really useful tools. And I'm sure everybody knows that the basic Affinity is free now.
Slowly familiarizing myself with it.
Yeah, like with everything, there's a learning curve.
How's it working out for you, Tor? Are you considering making the switch?
I mean, I'm able to get some very rudimentary formatting done, but not to the level I'm used to.
I still haven't taken the plunge myself. I keep threatening to.
But the
It's
latest version is much more usable than the previous.
All right, thank you, Steve. Yeah, it's got verticals, it's got character.
And I think
Very
because
nice.
the subject is so brightly lit, it doesn't matter that the people in the background are all over the place. It doesn't really need to be retouched there. It adds to the energy.
I do see there are people in the shadows that moved in between exposures, cha-cha
Yeah,
exposures, but yeah, since they're in the
it's not
shadows,
distracting. Yeah.
yeah. I guess I just went with it.
Yeah, no, it's the spin test. It's like, do you need to change it? No, it's fine.
Thanks.
Steve, you mentioned you like to bring shadows down to increase the contrast. Did you do that in this photo?
Don't think so.
Yeah.
I think I was more worried about the highlights, but it's just I can't remember. I just plunge in and I don't keep a running score of what I do in each individual picture. I just move sliders until it looks good.
Yeah. Well, looks good. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Lee, correct my pronunciation if I get it wrong. muscadine grapes is the
Muscadines.
muscadine grapes.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about
Take it
these
away.
grapes. Muscadine grapes are very, very common in the South, Southeast and South. We had them all over Texas when I lived there, and I'm in Alabama now. There are many, many wild muscadines, but there are many, many muscadines that have been hybridized to pick certain types. And most of them turn purple when they're ripe, but some of them stay this greenish bronze color. And one famous brand is called Scuppernong, which is one of the bronze colored ones. I don't remember if these are going to turn purple or not. I think they stay green, these. Most of them have seeds, which are very, very much get in the way. There are a few people working on varieties that do not have seeds. And so I've grown some of them, trying to get some good ones without seeds. As far as the image, some of the things I did was take out some of the white spots you see in the background because they don't all duplicate from the left to right image.
And the note that I have says these are in your backyard.
That's correct.
So you can report back to us if they turn purple or stay green.
Well, I have some that stay green and I have some that stay purple.
Okay.
The question is, which vine did I photograph here?
Muscadine grapes. I'm not familiar with them. Certainly, I haven't encountered them on the West Coast.
You probably don't. They're when I grew up, my mother made lots of jelly with them. And everyone who sees them say, well, do you make wine out of them? No, I don't. Do make jelly out of it or eat them with different things.
Lee, was this a cha-cha? What's the scale? What would you say the diameter of one of these grapes is?
Okay, the grapes are probably about a half-inch to three-quarter-inch diameter, the biggest ones. And they're pretty well round like this. They're not pointed like some other kinds of grapes.
So I guess we could call this a stereo macro. I thought they were a little
Okay.
bigger. In fact, at first I thought they were apples until I read the title.
I have grown apples too, and peaches, and blueberries, and blackberries.
All right. Well, if you want to share them with us, please do, photographically or otherwise.
Okay.
Thank you, Lee.
Yes.
We have one more photo in tonight's slideshow, and it's by me. This is the title is Paramount Theater Foyer. This is actually the stairs leading up to the foyer. I think it was last week I showed a photo that I took of a mirrored alcove in this theater.
That was the downstairs lounge.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Um,
this is in the main lobby here.
yeah, this is the main lobby. I took the tour, which I encourage. It's a Saturday morning, 90-minute guided tour. The Paramount Theater, for those who don't know, I'll repeat myself. I think I said this last time. It's an Art Deco theater in downtown Oakland. It was built and originally opened as a movie palace. Now it's a live events venue. They are bringing the movies back. And it is a national landmark. And
It's
I
one of
think
my
this is,
favorite places in the world.
and it's one of Tor's favorite places in the world. It really is an incredible place, full of Art Deco art and original fixtures and just incredible light. I took this with my twin Sonys, and I had brought a monopod with me to get a steady shot so that it stayed sharp. I don't recall what the camera settings were, but it was very grainy. I think I was probably shooting at ISO like 4,000 or something like that. But Photoshop's denoise filter, which is a part of Camera Raw, cleaned it right up. Maybe it did too good a job. Everything is very sort of little too clean and smooth for me, but yeah, thank you. I encourage you to take the tour if you're in town.
Does the blue light changes? It's like a LED.
It should be more of a green, and as far as I know, they still use incandescents.
Okay. Really nice texture.
Yeah, here it's kind of a blue green. I think it should be more green. It's actually a floral, sort of a jungle theme
Yeah,
in
an
the
enchanted
artwork.
forest, I believe, is the
Enchanted forest. Well, Tor, they are looking for tour guide volunteers. They have a sign-up sheet. I think you could probably. I think you would make an excellent tour guide if you're interested. Not that your Saturday mornings
free.
aren't
Yeah.
already booked. All right, and thank you. That's our slideshow. But of course, we're not done. We are going to vote in our poll. Thank you, Roberto, for notifying me of the error that the duplicate errors. I have fixed it. The link is in the chat. I'll put it in the chat again in case we don't have it. I will go through the slideshow again. I'll just stay on each image briefly. I'll say the name of the maker and the title. You can vote on your computer, on your tablet, or on your phone. The link is right there. There's also a QR code. You can vote before, during, or after the slideshow. Let me go through again just to refresh our memory about what we saw this evening. That's our title slide. And of course, if you're on one of our YouTube or Twitch streams, there will be a bit of a lag, but it'll catch up in the end. We'll start off with The Last Blockbuster by Roberto. El Cerrito Creek by Steve. J by Melinda. On Its Last Leg by Lee. Corner Detail by Matt. Dandelion Head by Ed, and I think this is currently pseudo. So imagine it swapped. followed by Encounter by Jay. Urban Window by Roberto. 120K Magnets by Melinda. Fort Mason Gull by Steve. Pool in the Wave by Lee. Max Ernst Sphinx et Serene by Matt. Printer by Jay. Geometric Window by Roberto. Thai Temple by Steve. Fasciated Gum Plant Flower by Melinda. Sidecar Passenger by Lee. North Salmon Beach 8 by Matt. Shelf by Jay. Rain by Roberto. Japantown Nursery by Melinda. Tree Faces by Steve. Muscadine Grapes by Lee. And Paramount Theater Foyer by Matt. And that's our group. Let's spend a minute or two making our selections, and I'll show the results. Once everyone has had a chance to participate. While we're making our selections, I will announce that our next meeting is Tuesday, February 3rd. That'll be our open division. Our special division will be Tuesday, February 10th. And the subject is to be announced. I will be posting the special subject list to the website and sending out that list via email, probably in the next day or two. I'll try to do that tomorrow. But we'll have plenty of time to be prepared for our next meeting and for the year ahead. We'll give us another minute.
So while you're waiting,
Yeah.
I wanted to make a recommendation. Has nothing to do with 3D really, but I saw the new Cirque du Soleil show called Echo at Oracle Park, or it's in the parking lot technically. I've seen probably a dozen Cirque du Soleil shows. This may be the best one. It's amazing. I don't want to tell you stuff about it because my jaw kept dropping. It's got about another week, maybe a little bit less than a week. I think you could still get tickets. Matt, you're shaking your head. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. I'm kicking myself for not seeing it if there's only a week less left. I can't see it this week because my wife is in DC this week for work, so I'm going to miss it.
Oh, well.
Sounds amazing.
You can see it and then give a elaborate description of it to your wife.
I can shoot it in
Or
3D
we can
video
take
on
her
my Beam Pro.
take her to Vegas to see another Cirque du Soleil show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just couldn't get good 3D pictures because it's kind of dark and there's a lot of harsh lighting, but it's just an amazing show to experience. And if you've never seen Cirque du Soleil, it's a very unique kind of circus. No animals, mostly just acrobatic acts, projections, puppetry. It was right in my wheelhouse, so everybody should try and see it.
Well, thanks for the recommendation.
Has anybody picked up the new remastered Dragonfly Squadron disc?
Is that
Or just
available
gonna-
now?
Yeah, I think so. I
I
don't know
have
how much of an
not.
improvement it is.
Was that a Kickstarter?
I
I don't think it
so.
was.
Maybe the Kickstarter for 3D Rarities 3 is up. It's already, of course, paid for, and they're deep into the bonuses.
Tor, I don't suppose you have a link to Dragonfly Squadron handy, do you?
Not handy. Let's
That's
see if I
okay.
can locate something. I'm sure Jay would be faster.
We'll have to search for that. And thanks, Tor. And I can recommend, I think we might have already talked about Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Yes.
Great 3D. It's a fine movie, but it's James Cameron. All right, does anyone need any more time making their selections in the poll? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment. Pull up the poll results here.
Here we go. It's from Bayview Entertainment. I don't know them. I'll put the link up.
Oh, thanks, Tor. Great. I think Bayview released Robot Monster.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
I have Dragonfly Squadron. I've had it a long time.
Yeah, this is
So-
a new scan, a new restoration, I think.
Okay.
Bayview was extremely cooperative in setting up a license for us to screen Robot Monster last year. So I've got nothing but good things to say about them. But
All right.
let me stop talking and start showing the results of our poll. Lee, we'll call Pool in the Wave our clear first place winner. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
With four votes. Roberto, Urban Window. That's a clear second. Thank you. And we have a number of 2 votes. Steve's El Cerrito Creek, Roberto's Geometric Window, my North Salmon Beach 8, Melinda's Japantown Nursery, and my Paramount Theater. So it looks like we have a wide spread tonight. We're
all winners.
We're all winners.
Yes.
I think this is reflective of a true open division with multiple subjects and lots of selections. Thank you. Traditionally, I know the Oakland Camera Club had a double open in January because we just seem to have so many photos from December because we didn't meet in December traditionally. But we've started meeting in December now, but we still seem to have plenty of open division photos to share at our January double open. So I think that's a good thing. I will again be sending out the special subject for next month. And we actually finished 5 minutes early tonight. So, and we didn't even need the timer.
Hey,
Made Steve happy. Thank you. We've got 5 minutes. If anyone has anything they'd like to discuss or share. Yes, Melinda.
I do. Could we please do these as ranked choice votes? Because I think that probably would have solved the problem of, having all these 2 votes, 1 votes. I wanted to credit a bunch more images, and just choosing 3 was a little bit painful for me this time. And I think that contributes to the sort of scattershot results.
Well, how do we
we're
feel
seeing
about
here.
the straw poll ranked choice poll where we drag the options? Is everyone comfortable with that?
It takes some getting used to making sure that stuff I dragged stays where I dragged it. But yeah, I definitely see the advantages of it.
How many would you need to drag? Would you do them all?
You
Only as
can
many
do
as you
them all.
want. So if you do just your top 3, then you're exactly as you are today.
Yeah, I think it would be time consuming to do them all.
Yeah, you don't have to do them all. If you do 3, you've got exactly what we just did, but you have the opportunity to elevate others as well, so that you're more likely to see your selections in the results,
Well,
in the winners.
I don't know if it was on purpose. The mistake at the beginning of the meeting. I saw 2 times each photo. I thought that Matt was thinking about if you want to give 2 votes, you have to mark. I believe it could be easier. I thought it was going to be like that, but it's like you have 6 votes and you decide which one do you want to give them, and you don't have to move like a lot, because I believe when you have to move the ranking, even if you leave the most voted, I believe it adopts the position. So if you don't move the others, but you are on the first or on the last, it affects the ranking, even if you don't move them. So maybe like I don't know if what do you think, but as at the beginning, giving like 3 times the same picture, if you want to decide which one are you going to give 3 and maybe 2, and then one give each one 6 votes. I don't know if it could be easier for us, because it's the same process like now, but you are giving like the votes, the real votes for those.
So like instead of assigning first, second, third place to pictures, you'd say this is a 3-star picture, this is a 2-star picture.
Yep. Yeah, you have
Okay.
6 votes. You have maybe Matt only have to repeat each row 3 times, like 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, and then you give them 1 vote, 2 votes, and 3 votes, and it's like I believe
I'm
it
sure
could be easier.
I'm sure there'd be a more elegant way of assigning scores to each picture, but yeah, I see where you're coming from.
For now, I
But
believe it's the easiest.
but the result will be a little strange if you give 2 votes for one image. One of them might win and the other one doesn't. You know what I'm saying? That they could show up as the first and second choice, or one is the first and the other one comes below other images.
Yeah, I think having multiples. I don't think that would be an efficient way to do it. But giving each individual picture a ranking score, 1 through 4 stars or something, that might be something worth looking into.
Yeah,
That's the idea of the ranked choice, though. You rank it at the very top, and that's
right.
very
But it's
clearly
hierarchy. Only one of them's the first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Yep.
If you're giving each picture a star ranking, then you can have a bunch of 2 stars, multiple 4 stars, a single 3-star, whatever each individual picture you think merits. So that would create a different ranking.
So, Matt, do you have a sense of which of those techniques would be easier to implement?
Well, I'm looking at Straw Poll right now, the service that we use, and the only options that it gives us, and we're not limited to straw poll. I have been talking about putting together a custom voting tool, and of course we used one for quite a while. Straw poll only gives us the option of multiple choice and a ranked choice poll. I'm fine with the ranked choice. I think all of Melinda's points are valid and important. I don't really like the interface for the ranked poll and straw poll. The dragging can get a little tedious.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
But what I would like is kind of a hybrid where instead of dragging the rankings, we type in a score, and that could conceivably be something like a star rating or something. But whatever that is, that will be a custom tool. Now, what's this, Jay, you've put in the link? Is this a voting, or is this oh, I see. This is a stereo thing. Got it. Well, getting back to the poll, let's do the ranked choice poll next month. It's an imperfect solution for now, but I think it is a better solution because it does address the fact that we have a small voting body and a large collection of images to vote on. And the ranked poll is randomized, so you don't have to drag all of the selections. Maybe we can say at least 3 up to all of them, but
if you don't move the ones at the bottom of the list, it won't be the same at the bottom list for everybody else's poll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So the results will still be fairly even.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, so
See how
we'll
it
do that
works.
for next month, and we'll continue to discuss and refine this, and eventually we'll get off this straw poll and find something that works for everybody.
Yeah, I
Matt,
just wish.
Matt, can you remind us what next month is? Competition?
I'll be emailing that.
Okay.
I'll based on the poll, I just want to post it to our website before I announce it to make sure that I've got all my ducks in a row.
Now that'll be the both the regular and the special.
So the open will be our regular open division. That'll be on
Okay.
February 3rd. And then the special will be the following week. And that subject is to be determined.
Okay. Maybe I'll do an open on the wave and let people see a lot of pictures.
That'd be lovely.
We'd love to see them. And, if you don't want them to be in the competition, we can do a workshop also, set them up at the beginning of the meeting. So just let me know how you'd like to show them.
I don't care.
Okay. Well, that's fine. And Melinda, what were you saying about the poll?
Oh, just that it's unfortunate that it's not true ranked choice voting. It's kind of a point-based thing under the hood, and it's well known how to do ranked choice.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better than the choose 3, all the same kind of thing we've had up till now. So I'm happy with that.
Good. We'll get there. We're getting there. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I will see you next month. Great slideshow tonight. A little bit more manageable tonight than last week, which was like double the amount. We still got through it. So have a great evening. Have a great week. Have a great month. I'll see you on the 3rd.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Adios.
See you all.
Good night.